Let's set up the lighting. I will start by overriding the materials. We have to exclude the glass. Then I will create the glass material. Let's close the group. We'll be using an HDRI map, but let's start with the Corona sky so we can see how the default setting looks. It's way too bright, so we have to lower the exposure. Here is an HDRI map we will be using. It comes from hdrimaps.com and you will find it in your working files. This time you can see that the map is already prepared and have a black color on the bottom. This type of map is of a better quality but also more expensive. We don't have to adjust it in Photoshop. Let's add the Corona bitmap to the editor and pick the HDRI map. I will replace the map with the HDRI map. Let's see how it looks rendered. It's way too dark as usual, so let's reset the exposure to 0. Then add the Corona color correct map and replace the map in the environment. Let's increase the exposure. Next, I will find the best position of the sky. I like these dark clouds on the right-hand side, so let's go with this position. I will lower the exposure just a bit. I like the lighting of the building, but the sky is a little bit too bright. I will duplicate the color correct map and make the darker version with the exposure set to 1. Open the render settings and in the scene environment, let's turn on direct visibility override. You can see the background gets black. That's because we don't have any map there and the color is set to black. I can change the color to red. The lighting stays the same, but the background is in the chosen color. Now, if we plug the second color correct map into this slot, we can have only the sky darker while keeping the original lighting. Great method. Let's add the darker map to the reflection override also, so the sky looks the same for the windows. I can also apply it to the reflection override and make the reflections darker. But I will keep it as default for now. Let's go back to the brighter map. I will desaturate it a bit. I will also desaturate the whole image in the frame buffer. Great, let's add interior lights. I will start with the light in the living room. Let's switch the type to a rectangle. It is going to be the main light because the living room is the main focus based on the composition we have chosen. Let's move the light up. I will rename it so we can keep track of it. It looks good for now. Let's set up other lights. Next, I will place a light in the kitchen. I will also add the light to the corridor. Next, let's add the lights to the second floor. Once we have all the lights, let's set up the light mix. I will rename the render elements, so the names are shorter. We already have the light in the kitchen, so I will just rename it. It's an LED strip, the same as in the kitchen interior image. We also have the light models with Corona light material, so I will rename them. Also, let's preserve the light material so the models are rendered. Here it is. I will turn off everything except the pendant lights. You can see that they're not rendered. Let's just exclude them in a normal way. Here they are. I will start by adjusting the lights in the kitchen. I have to make them warmer. I will copy the color and adjust the settings. Then, let's move to the living room. I will make it much warmer as well. Then, adjust other lights. Keep in mind that the living room should be the brightest, as it's the main focus of the composition. I also like to have some variations in the light temperature, so the lights don't look the same. Because of that, I will make the top floor darker and cooler. I will move around this light, as I don't like how it looks. And that's it. I'm happy with that for now. We'll adjust it further once the image is completed.